It's the second now, and we're getting close to the new moon. So I was going to look for us what, um, sorry, look for us my glasses. And so I was uh, going to just look at the astrology here for upcoming new moon. We have the Cancer Sun and Cancer planets, which is very. Is Venus still in Cancer? Yes. I, for the Aries individual, particularly the rising sign, it's like be careful of sensitivity with the stomach. It's a square to us. It doesn't have to be bad. It's actually a beautiful time for our domestic lives to maybe, especially with Venus going through it, to experience a little bit more love and just you've experienced the love from it that you have put into it, and then now you're receiving tranquility. Hopefully, if you're not being made uncomfortable in your own home by a narcissist. Narcissists are capable of doing that. They'll make you uncomfortable in your own skin. Anyway, let's go for looking at the new moon that's happening now. Happy July. See, I in particular am having a Sun trine Jupiter. Um, it's coming off of a square to my Mars, my Sun Pluto Mars. It was been squaring me for the past. Well, it's, the time that it goes through each day is 1 degree. The sun will move 1 degree. So it goes for 30 to 29 days, roughly, um, into another zodiacal sign. I mean, it works for us so far because it's been pretty accurate. I've been doing astrology since the age 14, and I'm an intuitive astrologer. I have the aspect of the astrologer. If you do astrology and you want to know like who's the scientist, it mainly shows up in a certain aspect. See, I have a same kind of thing. Even uh, planets placed in signs at the same degree, but not the same planet. But I have the same. We share the same. I share the same degree as Nikola Tesla, and some configurations. But anyway. But no, you can find just a basic scenario with, like, say, like I said, with highly accomplished athletes and firefighters, people that do things that are physically daring and they pull it off and they can be a superhero or something. They have Aries prominence in their chart, most likely, and that goes to a wide range of subject matters that. A lot of them are spiritual pioneers. In fact, it rules the spiritual pioneer that says, I am. We are here. It's the first realization. I keep going back to that because if we skip over our bodies, our physical, intellectual property here, that we are belonging to the universe and stuff, well, you might as well put your helmet on and stay safe, I guess, right? And we don't like that. We're like, you're getting brain damage that way, by the way. I hate that it's such a strange life that way. Anyway, I was trying to see. I'm speaking softly because I had a little stomach issue, and it's weird. We're prone to that right now. I think all of humanity is if we just put it in the natural house of Aries. Um, it's about our domestic situation. It's about how we feel. Um, and then your stomach, it's the ruler of your stomach, and because that's your feelings, really. You get a gut feeling is what they say, right? It's your intuition, it's your mother. It's Cancer. And poor Cancer, it's like we have been named after disease. I know, isn't this weird? Well, it's mocking. It's actually for the intergalactic alliances, when they hear that we're all kind of sitting with that Cancer and saying, it's going to be normalized. And it's like, okay, so they understand they have feelings. No, no, no. It's more like they should call it uncancer. But they're telling, it's weird. They're actually telling you, pointing at your feelings. If you do not get in touch with your bodily feelings, not your mind, not not the feelings that your mind can produce, holding on to what Usually it's programming, some kind of thought that somebody thinks it's a certain way. You know, it could be as simple as like, oh, you didn't really just continue to stay in the moment and look at the pathway. You just thought it was the same pathway, it's the same every day, but now there's a brick there and you stub your toe. Some people can stub their toe on the same fucking curb for 20 years. It seems like, right? I'm talking about literally like that. Their pinky toe and you go on a hike with them and they're still walking in thongs or something and you're like, shit. So now they're hurting their same pinky toe in the same way on some other obstacle that they're not paying attention to, and then they're going to blame it on you. I just went there because that happened to me. I'm like, and I just turn around and say, will you fucking learn to put some shoes on and pay attention to where you're going at least once? It's bad enough you keep going around and doing it again and again, and now you're blaming me because your foot hurt again. Thanks for listening to that. I'm sorry. You're ignoring your feelings and then you're going to blame other people when things go wrong. Especially when they tell you, hey, don't do that. Just looking at it makes me feel like shit. Like the asphalt slingers over there. See, I know that they are just swimming in the wretchedness of whatever they are, worse than I could ever imagine as far as a feeling. And I'm like, hi, by the way, I love you. You don't even know me. I'm capable of love. Love wouldn't start poisoning things. It does things in a certain way that it's like, oh wow, that was a good move. Yeah. And a lot of people see that. A lot of people know what that it really is. It's just being aware and paying attention to your feelings, and you hold on to a good feeling. In today's world, I mean, really, the 80% of people like, you mean I can continue chugging down the rocky road ice cream and just I love pizza with the pretzel, garlic, and a hamburger too with, and it's like, woo! Yeah, pay attention to how you feel. We are doing something. In fact, we are doing eternal life, and you better figure out what is worth doing for that long. Don't worry, we already found it out. Here, it's a 4-letter word. LOVE. It's the only thing that works. And then, you know, well, you can see all kinds of experiments happening, perhaps, and yes, it's necessary to have a contrast and say, whoa, that didn't even have a vortex. In fact, that was turned inside out. And you can see that within people. They're called, the black hole narcissist, I guess. You know what I'm talking about? How there's an event horizon. It's like, wow, they're setting up a fucking circus, and then you go there, and it's like the most empty experience you could ever have. I just precisely described Disneyland after your wallet was sucked out. $120 per head? Holy fuck! Excuse me! Enjoy we trust? Doubt it. Okay. Yeah, the performance I'm getting right now with the sun trying my Jupiter. My Jupiter is in Pisces, in the 12th house of Pisces. It's at home there, and it's going backwards. And I say, personally, it's like, it's okay. So it's actually not so exaggerated in the self-undoing, but there is an experience there, but we can turn it into a religious, or more like, no, a spiritual experience. I don't do it religiously. Good God. Some of the shit that you go through, and you're like, excuse me, at least you're not going to hang me on the cross on this one? Okay, thank you. Done with capital punishment of people just being who they are. Anyway, back to, there's a full moon coming. I just wanted to see what degree it was because it affects the cardinal signs, and it's on the 5th, and it's at the 13th degree. 13 adds to 4. I mean, see, I'm just reflecting. It's 4 degrees away from my Saturn. A Sun conjunct Saturn. It's not a bad thing unless you have a hard time with your Saturn. Like, but Saturn is the wisdom of our life, and we kind of hold that, I guess, pain. It turns into wisdom, really. It's the discipline we have to phase of our lives that is this cycle that we're going through, and it's like it hits you twice in your lifetime, 3 times if you make it to 90 years old. It's from 30 to 60 to 90 that you get your Saturn return, and it just checks in and says, how are you doing so far? And there's a major shift and change going to happen in accordance to the fact that you have to get wiser, because you do not hang on to any of this really. When you look at Saturn's lessons, you're not going to exclude the truth and stuff like that. If you want to get wise, the wise ones, by the time, it's very skeptical about Satan. I mean Saturn, because really Saturn doesn't really. I mentioned the truth, but it doesn't handle the truth. It's just the one that makes rules. And that could happen. It's like you want to question rules. See, it rules the teacher, right? I'm talking about the system now, and we have to contend with that, right? It's a generational value, I guess, that shows up, and if it's being hijacked and siphoned, all of our ideas, that says, well, actually, no, really, no, you can't do that because this and this and this and this, and go over here and give me that, and how do we do it and sell it back to you because only we can do that? It's like, wait a minute, did I just see that? Yeah, there's a gang of something doing that. Ask Tesla. If it's as amazing as Tesla, they kind of look at it and go, damn, let's give it something. Yeah, oh, baby. But don't give it enough. See, I think they would never give it enough to say, oh, by the way, that's what's in the pyramids over there. He had to figure it out himself. And he did. He says, and I'm pretty sure, see, this is what's happening. There's water running under the pyramid that's creating static electricity with this certain kind of shaped rock. And they're more and more just saying straight out, these aren't burial tombs and shit where you're going to bury your goods and try to hang on to fucking life like that. It's just, it's probably there's some operating right now inside of mountains that are just major. We don't know the nature of this reality and how it's interacting with us, you know, our pineal glands and everything. Everything. They could be resonance machines that are beautiful. They're singing music or something that we can't hear, and that's how everything is staying in. Who knows, babes? Anyway, thanks for going on this journey. I'm a spiritual person, and we tend to tell stories to get to lead you to the threshold of your own mind, imaginative mind, maybe, but it's more like your heart's experiences, to tell you the God honest truth, because that's the mystical place. That's the mystic, the heart, the one that says, you know what, you can't see. How I know? Because I'm connected to everything, and when I pump, I'm stapling an illusion of time into perception by just a little tap on your head, like frame, and now your mind is saying, oh, this is a trip, and it's like, well, pay attention, because you can make the light get more and more still. The more faster, say, you go with your awareness. If you just keep turning on your mind, now there's higher learning tools that you can use to turn on your electrical system. And the one that very controversial that I'm going to point out to right now is your genitals. You're born with those, and you can reach to that anytime at the right time. Really, is usually when you're about, I think 4 or 5. Girls are usually doing this, maybe, but I think no, boys have a chance. I don't know, but yes, I do know. It's just the same for everybody. The truth of these higher learning tools that, yeah, if you use that right and you find out the goal there, which is, you're doing the organism. Did I show you the word organism? What's really in that word? Okay. You guys aren't going to be sending me any money anyway, right? See, look here. This is worth at least see, you can just send me $1 and say, you know what? I go around to the bar and I show people this, and I think we're changing the world with it, because sheep don't know what an organism is. This language that I picked up on, and it's more and more working on. Like, I'm learning the simplicity of, like, what is it? And I will be able to explain it to a 5-year-old, and they'll say, yeah, that's looking great. Where's the school that teaches this? Well, give it time. we're getting back to organization. And I'm not talking about, see, that's an organ. Yeah, we have sexual organs, but we have the heart that is the organ. That is the one that has organized the entire universe. Kind of sounded weird there because it's like, how does the universe organize? It doesn't, see, they say that the universe is the shape of a heart. Have you seen that stuff? Or the brain, and those are organs. What is an organ? We kind of do know, okay, if we have bodies, we have many different organs. The skin is an organ, and they have functions. And so let's get into the pure science of biology here now. Can we set our fucking sentimental egos and traditional values aside and just look at the phenomena? And can we get our curiosity back and say, amazing! Organism is here. Sorry, I did it wrong. You got to get the drawings right. Orga. Silence the N. Take away the S, the I. Take away the. Put the S up, back up, see. Very important. See, I study this and I go into trance. It's necessary for how I'm going to change the world. Change the word, by the way. There isn't, babes. Babylon. The real words in Babylon, babes. I'm sorry, I keep going on like this, but here, we'll put it at the bottom. Yeah! Woo! Instant healing, baby. Try me. Wait a minute, how do you spell it? Does it have two B's? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. It's almost like we're trying to give birth or something. Try not to pay any attention to the fucking profound synchronicity that I'm going through right now. We're talking about what might exist here as far as existence itself and how does it get here, and maybe there's some way to point out that it's completely 100% human through organization. Anyway, thank you for catching up. I'm trying to figure out how to spell fucking Babylon. Terrible. Spell Babylon. Babylon. I knew it. It's just really simple. There isn't any secret double B's or anything. That would be like bottled up crap. It's already bottled up. How do you get to the bottle anyway? See, you want to put the L down, and one of the complications, you have to be very keen. The L is always a little bigger, especially on this computer, than the uppercase I. The lowercase L is bigger than the uppercase I. That's how you know it's an L. All right. So anyway, we have the organism, which is, sheep don't know what that is. But do you see the real word that we know that's in there? Because it's a feeling, we just know what it is. But we don't know what an organism is. But we know what the real bird and the word is. Sound it out. Does it look right? Yes. Now look at Babylon. Baby on. Babes, do you want to remain a fucking baby all your life? That's the question. I'm not against babying on. Let's continue to. How did they get here, by the way? I was wondering, a lot of times you'll see a narcissist with, and it's like, how did that happen? How did you do that? They don't really have an answer. They're like, because, well, it's the sex thing. Do they admit that sex is happening? If so, what's the quality of it? And did you know that that's the key to our, there's a civilization happening that might turn out intelligent if only you were doing it intelligently. Like intelligence has awareness. It begins to become staticky with crackling with, whoo, it's like barely, like you can barely, oh, yay! And it's like, wait, woo, and it's, sorry about getting, no, God, we're getting to a climax now, excuse me. It's probably worth it now. Thank you for hanging in for a whole 20 minutes. I don't really appreciate that I've been kind of chosen to just bring this down to earth, but now I'm looking at my astrological chart and I'm Mars ruled, which is Mars rules sex, the primal, the installed programming that says, and now, like with any animal, they just all of a sudden they spontaneously do this thing, and I've seen it. You go out there in the barn or something, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, did that fucking hen just go like this? And then and say, come on, and then he or he just went on it without asking it, and you can see it. It's like, interesting. And then what happens? Little fucking shits come out of it. And I have been studying something much deeper than that, babe, than just biological intelligence rolling out. It's how that there's a morphogenic field gathering up vibrational frequencies from the resonation of the intelligences that are consciously aware around it, and it turns out that birds are like super. If you want to talk about awareness levels, it's different for them. They are doing a whole different thing. I shouldn't even compare us to birds because we are looking at it like almost like technology. See, birds are here saving our lives, and bees are. Because, talking about the birds and the bees now, because they're planting the seeds and stuff and fertilizing things, right? They're, no try. We just take that for granted. And the forests here, it's called spit seed. They deforest places. They can wipe it out of forests, but they can plant a few trees that have the seeds, and then the birds will come and get them, and they start pooping the seeds around. And the squirrels really plant a lot too. There's little workers out there, but the birds are amazing, aren't they? Because they fly around. I was trying to talk to you about their technology that they are, that they operate through pure magnetic electrical frequencies. And if you start resonating at the same frequency of God, you're gonna see God in that chicken. Because see, the same frequency of God is invisible, but it's this, ooh, it'll give you the chills. Why? Because you hit a truth. It was the truth, and it doesn't have to be some guru in the background saying kabloop to blop, and then it vibrates your heart and you're going, yesterday I thought that and I knew it and I just needed to hear it, and it's like it's quenching the thirst, of your own heart's knowledge. It's called resonation. It's like your mind is apt to just not even go there. It's fucking busy. It's actually doing busy because it doesn't know what else to do to try and save itself. It's like, what is that? Hi, world, is that you chugging away out there? Amazing. Who's that? Oh, hi, Jesus. God, I love you. Everybody remembers Jesus, right? The world's over there, by the way. If you ever see me get taken away over there, then whew, I'll try to send you a postcard, but it's not that comfortable. You have to take a vacation. You have to take a vacation from the word. The word. And the main thing. There isn't really see, now you people are trying to say that the universe was all creation. Creation was built on a word. No, that's built on a sound. It's different. Within the sound, you can hear a world chugging away over there, and then you rub your eyes again. It's like, whoa, these people are not even. They're just noisy. They're making a noise. They're not making it sound. The sound is it's noise. If you were to isolate mad people and listen to them, it's disturbing. You want to move to a quiet place after a while, maybe. And if you're in a quiet place and they infiltrate and they hang around, it's like, there they are. These people simply, you cannot relax. That's what happened. You forgot to have the intention of relaxation, and just the more still and aware you get, the more, like I said, the more cracking and tingly. You're like, you know what you want to meet one of these days is you want to meet or get to know people who are having, like, effectively, they're having an orgasm, but it's just a love affair with all of existence. All of it. There's a morphogenic field, there's a plasmatic field. The morphogenic field is it's this. There's something called well, there's a substance on this earth. There's technology. Okay, so it's under the earth. It's natural to here. There's also a synthetic version, but it holds all of akasha. You could say it's akasha itself, but it is a substance that you can find and say there it is. It's lurking deep within the earth. And it's not dangerous, but if you're considering the synthesized version, it very much is. Now I'm getting back to the two kinds of beings to find on this planet. The morphogenic field is involved with our heart's resonance that says, no, the organization is here. And that is what's left as consciousness that we see, not only here, babes, but we're expanding as human beings. We span, and all the shit and junk and everything goes right, out into outer space, and we see it happening, and there's a big bang going on, but really that's the birth of a human. You know, they go boom, and they're like, can't see me? Now you do. You can't see me? Now you do. That's what a baby, there's a first little game that they play, right? That they get so ecstatic because they're telling you the truth. When I close my eyes, it's not here. It's scary because if every human being closed their eyes, the entire universe would just go away, right? But that's not going to happen. This here human being is spread across the universe and doing so many different things. They are multi-functional. Talk about technologically, the possibility, how that they control on from now. Welcome to Shauna's Sci-Fi. Thank God you stuck here. I wish I could make stuff up like this. On Venus, they have all of the highest technology there. That's where it comes from. Earth is Venus ruled. We know this through looking into astrology. The language starts to just tell the story, let alone what's found if you consider the symbols, the English alphabet. When I was trying to tell you about it, I will start telling you about it. Did I show you something at all yet? Babe is hilarious. The more important thing right now, because you want to break through and get back to having fun, is to search for birds in the word. And you can take it clear to court. I am dead serious. You can say, excuse me, we need to see, you need to, because it's all hearsay anyway, but now, when you start opening passages to their intelligence level, that's actually they're not going to deny you. They're going to say no, 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 no. See, the thing that might go on is that, you know, you can be like worse than Luke Skywalker. You can be the worst agent that has ever gone into the court system and just imploded it from the inside out. We would free all of the slaves there that work in the black robes that are basically dressed as a death cult system. They are not alive, and they are not talking to the alive there. They know that. And the act goes, all right, you're supposed to come alive there as the living dead, and you swear in saying that we can tell the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me some kind of fucking fake God. Because don't you love it when you can just understand, when you hear it like this? The children know the truth until they start believing what they're told.